students. Today we are going to learn about the 7th chapter, the world of living. We will also study in this chapter the characteristics of living things as well as the differences between the living and the non-living things. In this part of the video, I will be discussing with you some of the characteristics of living things. You have seen so many animals, living things around you. You can identify them by means of the various shapes and sizes. They all have different colors, the different shapes and the various sizes. Depending upon two main characteristics, that is the growth and movement, we can divide the things around us into two parts or two categories, the living things and the non-living things. The living things around us include the houseflies, the mosquitoes, the cat, dog, human beings, etc. And the table, chair, stone, air, so many things around us, like this pen I'm holding, the duster, the pen, copy, are the non-living things. Now let's discuss the characteristics of living things. The first characteristic of living things is the living things are made up of cells. Cells are the basic unit of life. Basic unit of life. We can also say that they are the building blocks. The building blocks of an organism. Now there are two types of organisms made up of cells. They are unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means made up of only one cell. Only one cell. Example, amoeba. Spelling of amoeba is A-M-O-E-B-A. Made up of only one cell. Next is the multicellular organism. Multicellular organisms mean many cells. Example, cat. Human beings, they are all made up of millions and trillions of innumerable cells. Inside the cell, there is a living substance. Its name is protoplasm. Its name is protoplasm. The second point, the characteristic of living thing is growth. All living things grow. You have seen a puppy, small puppy, and slowly it grows into a big dog. A small baby grows into little bit bigger and then finally into adult. This is known as growth. The same way we can say that the animals as well as the plants also grow. Let me tell you that in plants the growth is unlimited because they keep on growing throughout their life. But in animals, the growth is limited. So, we are going to do one activity in which we will see germination of seeds. Germination of seeds. Take some seeds of wheat and soak them in water and put them inside some soil. Daily you put some water in it and you will find after few days baby plants called seedlings started growing. If you keep on watering them for 10 to 15 days, you will find that the size of the seedlings increase. This shows that all plants can germinate. They grow from seeds. The next characteristic is living things show adaptations. Adaptation is the ability to adapt in the changes according to the changes in the environment. For example, I will tell you an example of a fish. A fish lives in water because it has gills for breathing and fins for swimming. These are only two characters that I have told you. These are the adaptations which the fish has developed in its body to survive or live in its environment. Next is, so the third point is adaptation, and the fourth one is movement. Movement is the characteristic, movement and locomotion. Movement and locomotion are two different things. In movement, the organism can move only its body parts, but in locomotion, the entire organism moves from one place to another. Locomotion is seen mostly in animals. They move around, they locomote in search of food, water, finding shelter, and for reproduction. Even to run away from their enemies, they run. But plants, they show movement only because they move only their body parts. Now, why do or how do the plants show movements in their body? Plants show movement towards a stimulus. Stimulus is the change that the plant adapts in its environment. For example, a shoot of a plant always grows towards the sunlight, but its root always grows inside the soil towards the water. So sunlight and water here are the stimulus. So I was telling you that the plants move towards a stimulus. Another example I can give you is a sunflower. Sunflower, why? Because it moves its face towards the direction of the sun. The lotus also opens up its petals in the morning and closes it in the evening. The bud opens up in the morning and closes in the evening. Touch me not when you touch it, that is a stimulus. Its leaves will close and open after some time. So these are the movements that are present in the plant. We can say that the plants show only movement, but the animals can show movement as well as the locomotion. Fine, it's clear. Now one more point that I want to say about the movement in plants is tropism. What is it? Tropism. T-R-O-P-I-S-M, tropism or tropic movement. Tropic movement is the same thing that I told you just now, that seeing the light, the sunflower faces its face towards the movement, towards the wherever it finds the sun. In the morning it's towards the east, afternoon overhead, and in the evening it is towards the west. The same direction the face of the sunflower also moves. This process or phenomena is known as tropism or tropic movement. We can also understand this with a particular activity. The activity is, you take a potted plant and you put it in a room. This potted plant is there and a window is there inside the room, and the potted plant is kept there for some time. Over there you will find that after 1 week the stem and the branches and the leaves start bending towards the window because they are getting the sunlight from it, and the shoot always grows towards the sunlight. This is the best example of tropism. We can see let me draw a sun also here. Sunlight we are getting from the window, so the stem and the leaves and the branches, the shoot of the plant is bending towards the sun. Students, this is the end of part 1. And in my next video, I will be explaining to you the remaining characteristics of living things. Thank you.